Welcome, welcome. We are coming back now. This is the 6th April here. And I think today we're going to have a full house today. Let's see what's going on. All right, we got Zoom coming in nicely. We have the Gulag coming in here as well. Beautiful. Seems like I'm sitting in an airplane right now trying to see where we might go today. So let's do a high time frame to lower time frame analysis on pound yen. Let's take a look on the daily here first. Looking on the daily, we're coming down obviously, right? This daily candle is pretty volatile because it broke the high and it broke the low. Let's take a look on the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame tapped into a support around 152.700, rejected it. Now, what's interesting is, did it reject to kind of like continue down, or did it reject to just reject it and to continue bullish? That's something we need to identify. I think it rejected to kind of continue down because looking on the 1-hour time frame, it seems like we did tap into the support. We made a low at this point. We're coming up right now. We broke below these supports. So I think we're coming up to do a retest to kind of like come down to retest the low at 152.700 today. So looking on the 30-minute time frame, obviously, we have this resistance now in place, 152, 950, 970. So if we get like a resistance formed at this point, I think there's a very good opportunity for price to continue down to retest the low, which is at least like 20 pips away. And if we break the support, then obviously we're going to continue moving bearish towards potentially 152, like 570, 550, this rejection area here to the left-hand side. So looking on the 15-minute time frame, yeah, we'll have to wait for some sort of resistance to be formed for price to continue down. That's something we're going to wait for here today. At the same time, we have this minor resistance up over here too on the 15-minute time frame, which is much clearer right here. Yeah, right here. How big is this range here? This is 11, 12 pip. Perfect. Okay, so let's see what happens here. We still got a couple of minutes left. Well, a bunch of minutes left for the 15-minute candle to close, for the 30-minute candle to close. All right. One of my favorite things to do is going to the gym and on the live streams. Nice. Live streams and gym time. No more gym times here in Canada, but yeah, we'll see when they open up back again. So we got support down here on gold, 1-hour time frame. We have a resistance up over here. We have so gold is basically ranging at this point, and I don't like the way price action is set up on gold because we got a lot of issues down here as price continues down. So I'm going to be careful about gold right over here. Let's take a look on the 4-hour. 4-hour is also rejecting an area. 1-hour is coming down. Let's take a look on the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, I don't like the selling conditions on gold at all because there's a lot of choppiness. You got a wick rejection here, you got minor support here, you got another support here, you got another small range here. There's like a lot of problems for gold here. I think if we break above 1733, this could be a pretty good small intercession move above 1734. Because if you look at the range on 1734, you have clean range. Look, from 1734 going all the way up towards 37, 38. You got like a 30 pip range, 40 pip range. So I think it's going to be much better this way. Let's take a look over here. Let's take a look at this chart. This is gold. Possible buys above 1734. Yeah, looks good. Same idea. Sells below 1730. They're okay, but again, they might be a little bit choppy here because we got minor supports here. Buys I like better. Is today the last stream till next week? Yes. Today is going to be the last stream here for the week. Price created a low, waiting for retracement to enter sells if we form resistance. Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing I'm looking at over here. So far, we're coming up to this resistance area at this point. 153. Let's see here. Could I please get your thoughts on my sell and buy analysis for GU? GU. So strong support here, okay. Buys would be interesting if 30-minute candle closes above this area. Looks good. Would be interesting sells if we close a bearish candle here. Yeah, looks good. Price does not go up towards resistance, instead continues down. I think at the same time, since you have a support here from the left-hand side, I think what you can do is you can maybe, like, take this support into account right over here. And if we break this area, then really anticipate volume to push price through this zone you have at the bottom for sells, you know. So I think that's another idea you can take a look at. Could you take a look at CL oil? No idea what that is. No idea. Let's take a look at the Forex factory here first. I know this week is going to be a, like a non-news week, semi-non-news week. You can look right here. There's no news now. We had Euro news, and then that's about it. Some tentative USD news. I mean, low impact. This is not really going to have an impact on the market. Let's take a look at Euro JPY here. See what happened here overnight. DAX 30. I have no idea about the German index, so I don't look at that at all. So looking at the daily, Euro JPY is rejecting. Oh, this is not Euro JPY, just GPUSD. All right, let's take a look at GPUSD here still. Okay, so we got a support down here, 1.38, 152. Looking on the 1 hour, oh, we just looked at GU. Okay, so if this is a support being formed, it's like 13, 14 pips away. Yeah, you're right. I looked at this chart. Where was it? This one? Yeah, I think you're right. We have to wait for this support to break right here. This is a much, much, much stronger support, 1.38, 130. If you break this area, then there's a very good opportunity for price to continue down. So far, I think GU and pound yen, they're almost doing the same thing. They're creating lows and trying to retrace. I think it's going to be better if it can like retrace higher, and create resistance to continue down. So yeah, let's see what happens. This is GJ, 4-hour low. Enter when new 4-hour candle open, TP 12 pips. Nice. So it looks like you got this trade here for price to come down. Beautiful. Euro JPY. Let's take a look here. Euro JPY. All right, Euro JPY is moving bullish so far. Daily is still moving bullish. We're coming up to a rejection area. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, we're coming up to a strong resistance at 13600. Looking on the 1 hour, oh yeah, that is a very strong resistance there. We're also getting some sort of a rejection here on the 1 hour time frame. Looking at 30-minute. Damn, creating this resistance here on the Euro JPY. How big is this range here to the next resistance? This is like 6 pips away, 7 pips away. Pretty low volume here. I mean, the range is pretty small for price to move up, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Could you please give me your thoughts on my sell and buy? All right, this already looked at that. Why is the last stream? Because I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be out of the office till next week, so that's why it's going to be no streams here from my side. Can we take? Oh, okay. Let's see here. Will you be able to review chart analysis during your visit? Yeah, I'll try. Maybe once a day I do look at things, so it's not going to be that bad. Overnight news, nothing really happened. Ooh, we had EU recovery funding legal basis is strong. Probably this moved euro up, but it's pretty hard to say. Right now we're just retracing on pound yen here. Kind of want to see a resistance to be formed for price to continue down, because as much as it retraces, the higher the probability you get for it to retrace, because this is a strong area here. Also a strong psychological number 2, 153. So this range becomes even nicer now. 24, 26 pips. Pretty good. We'll see what happens. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is possible buys above 153.010. Looks good. Sells below 152.700. Looks good. I think at the same time you need to identify sells. I mean, what happens if you reject this resistance? Maybe also look into that as well. Can you tell us more about BitClout? I heard you yesterday talking about it. I think you can watch yesterday's live stream where I talk about it. Let's take a look at this GU chart here. It's everything I learned about BitClout was from YouTube and Google. So, you gotta educate yourself. No trade zone, sells below the 30. I agree with the support. Buys on 15 minute. 15 minute breaks the minor resistance. Yeah, I mean, I don't like those buys if we have this minor resistance on 15-minute time frame, because then there's a rejection right over here. Maybe above this wick to the left hand side, you could see price moving up above this price. What is it? 1.38400. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is SPX 500, buys above 40.74, looks good. We have clean traffic to the left hand side. Huge leg up yesterday. Price finally cooled off, ranging all London. Sells below 40.66. Nice. Yes, awesome when price is ranging. Because whenever price is ranging, it's really easy, right? You look to the upside, you got clean traffic. You look to the downside, you got clean traffic. So at that time, just gotta wait. And then also, kind of like try to execute on the best time. Best time means like when there's volume in the market, like closer to NYC open for, for US 30, SPX, NASDAQ, because that's where we have a lot of volume at that point. Let's take a look at this trade over here. This was a trade taking a buy on, took it once it broke the high. Price rejected 4 hour. Looks good. I would say when price is trending, like let's say when price is trending down, I would be more acceptable to taking buys if price creates a resistance, like right over here, and it breaks resistance. That's going to be a much better opportunity to take a buy rather than taking a buy with a retracement with not enough range. I mean, that's normally what I would look at. I want to buy a computer. Any technical features that it have to have run MetaTrader and Zoom at the same time with no issues? I think you're looking to spend around like $1,000, probably $800, $1,000. You get like a pretty good computer with that, pretty fast too. How is Dominion Markets doing? Pretty good. They're doing pretty good. We're doing some server upgrades. Right now we don't have any option to select for the US and Canada, but I think after the upgrade is done, you'll be able to choose crypto from country. So yeah, we're doing pretty good so far. It's up and running live. The other thing is you can't search MetaTrader 5 on your mobile. That's also being upgraded right now. But so far we only have the desktop, desktop platform, the MetaTrader 5. What's this here? Check Somalia USD. I don't know what Somalia USD is. We're gonna stick to what we have right here. I don't know if you look at crypto analysis, but somewhat seems the strategy incorporated into XRP. Let's take a look here. XRP. Oh wow, blow up the trailer from behind. Classic technical analysis, crypto edition. Oh, no wonder why yesterday every XRP expert came out yesterday, because things started going up. Okay, now that I see this chart over here, you're right. Donkey screw the retailer, call it a security delist. Perfect move over here with XRP. I'm holding some XRP from 78. This is from 2 years ago. Nice, we're back at it again. Okay. Hey, what would you say about these small gaps, as it is something to worry about? Let's see here. These small gaps. No, not really. I mean, it's something to keep in mind, but it's not something to worry about. Keeping in mind, like, let's say if we break above 153 and you got clean candle over here and a resistance right at 153, 170, it's good to keep it in mind, because as price breaks 153, there might be an opportunity for price to reject this area as well. That's why it's important to kind of like keep that in mind rather than being afraid of it. So looking at the candles now, we're coming down. What am I looking at? If we break below this low, can we continue down to retest the low? 152,700. Is that possible? That is the question for today. And that's going to be the 30-minute candle going bearish. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I'm keeping this area in mind as well, this rejection area. Let's take a look at the small time frame. Yeah, let's just wait. Let's just wait. Okay, let's take a look at this chart over here. This chart came with, I think this was a sell on the 1 minute. Nice. Came with no labeling, but looks like this was the right trade to take over here. We have 12 minutes left for this 1 hour candle to close. So what I'm thinking is, should I wait? Yeah, I think I should wait. I'm going to wait for the 30-minute candle to close. Yeah, I think it's better to wait. Hope you had a good Easter weekend. Thank you, thank you. Wondering if this trade I took today was risky from your point of view. From my point of view, every trade is risky. Was the trade risky from your point of view? That's something you need to ask yourself. Entered sells after top was formed. Wasn't happy with the price behaving. Closed 80% at 6.2 pips. Closed remaining right over here. The runner would have got stopped out at entry with the next candle, so pretty happy with the result. Yeah, it's good. It's pretty good. I think what you could have done is to see how you could have entered a second position. You know, probably down over here when this candle started breaking the low. Maybe that could have been a point to enter a second one, you know, for price to continue down here, you know, like that. So you had a winning trade. I think now it's time to look at how you could have, like, you know, took more advantage of this move down. But it was a good one. It was a good one. Potential buys about 1.25630 USD CAD looks good. Yeah, it's a nice idea. I like it. We got clean candle to the left hand side. But if we start rejecting this area, then price can easily continue down. You know, then price can easily continue down if we reject this area right over here on USD CAD. That person who went long on GU considered taking profit at 1.3850. Yeah, I think you should just wait for longs on GU, to be honest. Does the 1 hour closing bullish not a problem to you? Well, if I'm going to take a sell, then obviously it's going to be a problem, right? But we got to wait to see how the 30-minute candle closes. Still got 10 minutes left. So since we got 10 minutes left, we have no idea, absolutely no clue how the 30-minute candle is going to close. So it's pointless to talk about how the 30-minute candle is going to close when it hasn't closed yet. So we'll see what happens here. That delicate phase of price breaks and rejects, yes. All of a sudden, Raja finds all his cryptos from years ago. Let's not get too smart over here. I don't have too much crypto. In XRP, I'm probably holding like $200. It's nothing life-changing, man. You guys think I'm going to say, oh, I have thousands of dollars running? No, $200. For me, it's life-changing. It's two shoes for me, two Vans shoes, $200. What about XAU USD? XAU USD is in a range. Look at this. Look at the way candles are closing next to each other, right? This is a perfect example of a range right here. How big is this range? It's a 36 pip range. All you got to do is wait for price to break above, I'd say like 1734 for price to continue up, or kind of like, you know, wait for it to break below 1730, 1729 for price to potentially come down to fill this wick and eventually continue down to 1725. But right now, we're just ranging at this point here. How do you decide when to let a trade run for more than 10 pips? For example, the other week when price ranged, it broke out and you got 50 pips. Every time what happens is when price moves, I put my stops at break even, right? Sometimes when I see the high time frame clean range and I'm up for the week, I'm going to put my stops to break even on my entire position, because if it comes down at take profit, then so be it, right? But if it continues running, then then so be it that way. But what I've found is that most of the time my runners are going to get stopped out about 80%, 90%. Can you take a look at this chart? Let's take a look at this chart here. Let's take a look at this chart right now. This is gold, 15-minute. Potential buys about 1734. Yeah, it looks good. It's kind of like the same thing we're looking at here today. So far, we're just ranging. We are just ranging here so far. How do you handle it to trade gold and yen? Are you taking just the best setups? Yeah, I'm just taking the best setups. If I find a good setup, I execute on it. Gold, I don't see anything right now. Pound yen, with the 30-minute candle closing bearish, I may want to take a sell as the next 30-minute candle breaks its own low for price to continue down. So we got around 6 minutes left for the candle to close. So we shall see what happens. This is pound yen here. Price from a new low. Price is currently trending bearish. Biases towards sells. We are currently retesting broken support. Resistance since formed and sells can be validated. Yeah, we got 6 minutes left for this candle to close, and we'll see what happens. Are you in a trade right now? No, I am in no trade right now. Potentially looking to take a pound yen sell over here soon, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we got a question coming in. At what point do you close the runner? Depends. After 20 pips, 25 pips, 30 pips, I sometimes let my runner go to new highs and in good profit, but 9 out of 10 my runner gets hit at break even and I miss locking the profit. Do you close your runner at new resistance levels? No, I close them at when I feel comfortable, 30 pips, 40 pips. If I'm busy and I see there's momentum and there's, like London close hour, I let them run. Yeah, so basically trail my stops below the 30-minute candles, below the 1-hour candles if I'm looking for buys, and opposite for sells, right? You draw zones in 15-minute time frame and sometimes 30-minute. Is there any logic behind this? Nope, there's no logic behind that at all. You basically look at all time frames and you base your zones across all time frames. Basically, that's what it is. Like you look on gold here, you got resistance formed on the 30-minute. It's the same resistance on the 1-hour time frame. It's kind of like the same resistance. So it depends from a chart to chart. Every chart is different. So I think it's better to send a chart if you're confused about where your zones should be. GJ 30 minutes closing bearish on the 1-hour candle might close bull. Do you think that duo trend being bear, price can continue down? Yeah, it could. It could go down. Even though the 1-hour closing bullish, I think if the 30-minute candle can leave a wick and the next one can break the low, I think we should continue moving down. And that's what I'm going to execute on here today. Does it bother you? Yeah, I don't know. If a trade bothers you guys, don't take the trade, and try to learn from it afterwards. Right? Gotta be a little independent. And let's see here. Hey, Raja, looking good and healthy this morning. Keep up the good work. Appreciate your hard work. Oh, nice, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Every day showing up. Can you tell about Ripple? I have no idea about Ripple. No clue at all. I just think there's a period when cryptos range and everyone stays quiet, and then there's a period when cryptos start pumping and everybody and their mother's aunt, grandma comes out. Oh, we're running up, we're running up, we're running up. But no one comes out when it's ranging or it's retracing or it's going down. I think the entire crypto is good, but the entire community is just a big fugazi. The entire community. Which broker has less spread on gold? I think IC Markets. They're pretty good spreads on gold. Ooh, we got 2 minutes left over here. 2 minutes left. Do you exit trades and take profit based on certain market candlestick structure? No, I take profits based on pips. And as we're looking at this 30-minute candle closing, it's closing rejecting this area as it rejected before after London Open. So it's going to be a bit of a problem here for price to continue down. Would you use static risk at GJ? I always use static risk. It's very rare I'm going to use dynamic risk. Most of the times I'm using static risk because the only reason I'm using static risk is because I'm very comfortable in managing my risk if price goes against me. So if you're good at managing risk as price goes against you, I think static risk is good. But if you're good at if you're not good at that, then I think you should be using dynamic risk where you start off with a lower risk and then you add positions as it goes in your favor. So we got about a minute left over here. Pound USD is also kind of like retracing, not a whole lot, but a little bit. Looking at the 15-minute candle, it has no wick on the top, which means this 15-minute candle did not have even a tiny bit of bullish momentum. So nice. The way it's closing is beautiful. So this is what I'm going to do, right? If the next 30-minute candle breaks the low right over here, I'm going to take a sell for price to potentially continue down to 152.700. That's my plan here today. If it doesn't break the low, it doesn't happen, then, whatever. It doesn't happen. I'm the 247th like. I should have been the 7th person to like the stream because 7 is the luckiest number in the world. Oh, probably tomorrow. Data Wolf's gene trading tough. Oh wow, look at that 30-minute candle close. It rejected this area right here. Looking at the 1 hour, 1 hour also closed like a strong bullish candle. Yeah, it's pretty tough over here now. Gonna have to wait for this low to break on the 30-minute time frame. Right here, if we can break this low, I think we can continue down. Stop is going to be 10 pips. So I think it should be pretty good. $152.845. Yeah, that's going to be a good entry right there. $152.845. 850. We got to come down to 845. Let's see if that happens or not. GU is also coming down over here. That's good. That's good. GJ is also trying to make this move down. 152.845 should come in. All right, executing a sell at this point right here for price to potentially move lower. Stop is above the previous 30-minute candle and really anticipating price to continue down towards, 152.700, potentially first down towards, 152.740. It's going to be around 10 pips at that time. Now, looking at it from a risk management perspective, it's going to be pretty simple, because the way I'm looking at it from a risk perspective is if this 15-minute candle breaks its own high, I'm going to close 50% of my position at that time, right? If it breaks its own high, I'm going to close 50%, and then I'm going to leave the rest running. Gold is also ranging at this time, so we'll see what happens. The only problem I have with this trade situation is that it broke the low in the first minute, in the first 2 minutes, but the trend is bearish. I think the 4-hour rejected this area to kind of like continue down. Looking on the 1-hour time frame, 1-hour candle closed bearish, but we also rejected this area around 152.930. Looking at the 15-minute, it's coming up to break its own high, and if it does break that high, I'm going to close around 50% at that time. So let's do this. Right here, I closed 50% of my position right here, right at this area. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't think this was a good idea here at all. All right, now we're going to stay in this trade. I'm in this trade, so we're going to see what happens here. Either it's going to be a stop loss now. Now here's the thing. My risk on this trade was around $500, right? So I closed 50%. If it hits my stop loss at this point, instead of losing 500, I'm going to lose around 350, something like that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Gonna keep the rest one open. Let's see here. If the price breaks its own low, would you add the removed risk back? Yes, I'm going to add it back. If it breaks its own low, I'm going to add the risk back. But for the most part, I'm going to stay in it. So the reason why I took this trade, here's the reason why I took this trade, right? So looking on the 1-hour time frame, we're obviously rejecting this area, but I think the way it was moving up, I think it was rejecting this area 152.920 on the left-hand side. Looking on the 30-minute time frame, we can see price basically came down, created a low, retraced up, candle closed bearish. When this candle closed bearish, we have a resistance formed right over here, right? If a resistance is formed in a downtrend, there's a high probability for price to continue down to retest the low. So that's why the trade was taken when we broke the low of the previous 30-minute candle, keeping the stops above the previous 30-minute candle, in the anticipation that price should continue down to retest the low around at least till 152, 750, 740, right? So that's why the trade was taken right here. Also, like, with in terms of risk management, close 50% once it broke its own high, and now leaving the rest running at this point. If the 15-minute candle closes bullish, would you close the entire position? Yes. At that stage, I'm going to close the entire position. All right, Curtis, new idea for GU. Because we now have a 30-minute resistance, would buys be valid if the 30-minute candle closed to... Yes. If this candle can close bullish, buys are going to be valid at that time for price to continue up. How can we add another position? Well, you go to your MetaTrader and you hit sell again. That's the way you add another position. So it's not about when to add it or how to add it. It's about when price does play out, you need to look at the price again and you need to kind of like explain to yourself, okay, where could I have added another position? It's not about where I'm adding a position. It's about where would you add a position after you miss a trade? Because like, now we're getting questions like, can I sell now? I mean, I'm in a sell. So it's totally up to you if you want to sell now or not. 100% totally up to you. Guys, I can only put food on the spoon. You need to put the spoon in your mouth yourself. Stop being little babies. What's the name of the clinic where you did your hair transplant and what was the cost? I think I should have a hair transplant mentorship session here once. All right, let's stick to trading here. GJ breaking its own low, 5 minute doesn't look so good. I think 5 minute looks excellent. What do you mean it doesn't look too good? Gold is also trying to break above 1734 to continue up towards 1737, 1738. I think should be a pretty good move here coming up. We're dropping on pound yen here as well. Pretty nice, pretty nice. The way I see it, a wick is not a rejection unless the candle closes in the opposite direction. If the wick closes in the same direction as the wick, that's just the wick to get filled. Yes, a candle is a rejection if a smaller time frame candle within that candle is closing against you. So that's basically a rejection. So we can see right here, the 30-minute candle is essentially coming down at this point. So we're going to stay in this trade over here. I'm not moving my stops. I'm only going to move my stops when I hit 10 pip profits at this point. That's the only place I'm going to kind of like, move my stops. Are you not concerned about rejection zone? I'm not concerned about anything. I'm only concerned about having price to come down here. 787 area. I mean, yeah, sure, 787. If that concerns you, then you could possibly, like, maybe get out of the trade. But if it doesn't concern you and you want to trust your analysis, then probably going to stay in the trade. I trust my analysis all the time. I think it should continue down towards 152, 740, maybe even 720, 700 down here. Gold is at 1734 here. Beautiful. This candle is about to close in 20 minutes. 15-minute candle is also about to close in 5 minutes. I think once this candle closes and we start breaking above 1734, 87, 88, I think we can continue moving up on gold here. We can continue pumping up to 1737, 1738. Should be pretty good. How would you know if it's having difficulty to push in your direction? When it doesn't push in your direction. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you have rejections here. So basically, here's what it is, right? You have rejections down over here, right? So this candle is coming down. You're anticipating it to close bearish, right? And as it's closing bearish, and then when you're looking at the time, you see, okay, this is pre-New York. Pre-New York has a lot of volume. Then soon we're going to slowly move into NY Open, and NY Open has even more volume. So you're anticipating volume in those sessions to kind of like continue pushing price. Is this the last session today until 14th April? Yep, until 14th or 15th. Okay, so at this point, what I'm going to do is, since once this 15-minute candle closes, I'm going to bring my stops above this 30-minute candle, right at 152.910. That's where I'm going to bring my stops. 152.910. I think that's going to be a pretty good idea. How would you know? Oh. Impulsive entries on gold. Yeah, I mean, look, man, this candle is about to close. The 15-minute candle is about to close. And if the next candle can break the high at, 1734, I think we have a pretty good opportunity for price to continue moving bullish. That could happen. That could very well happen. Because we're breaking above this area, we're breaking above, consolidation. So we should continue moving bullish on gold. Oh wow, nice. Look at that. Look at pound yen over here. Moving stop loss even if you haven't secured 10 pip profit. Yep. Moving stops above the 30-minute candle right here. Right? Because if this is going to close, you're not expecting the next one to break the high. It's like basic market trend. For price to move down, it has to make a lower high and it has to make a lower low. Has to make a lower high, has to make a lower low. Next candle, if it has to go down, it has to respect this high and break this low and continue down. So that's why trailing stops above the 30-minute candle. I guess that's the better word for the lack of, like a better term. What would you do if the 15-minute candle closed with no wick on the bottom? Close another 50%. That's what I would do at that point. Look at this. Gold also closing above this area to continue up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Can you explain mentorship with you? Does it mean one-to-one guidance with your team? Sorry, I don't discuss those details on a live stream. You need to go and read the link. I don't do that on the live stream, mate. Let's take a look at the Chinese indicator here. Did you guys know someone's dad is a rich celebrity dentist? Yes. So pound is weak. Damn, nice. Pound is weak. Dollar is strong. This means GU should continue down as well. Beautiful. Beautiful. GU should continue down. GJ should continue down. We're coming up towards 10 pip profits over here. Pretty nice. 1 hour candle is also coming down. Man, if this 1 hour candle breaks the low of the previous 1 hour candle, this is gone. This is gonzo. You guys know about the guy Gonzo? That's what it is. It's gone at that point. Also brought my stops above the 30-minute candle right here too. Did you do another position when candle turned bearish? Yes. When it broke its own low again, I added another position. Beautiful. We're coming down over here. Nice. Ooh, almost came down to tap this area. Did we break the low on the 1 hour time frame? Yes, we did break the low on the 1 hour. We will take profit. Take profit is coming up. We're coming up. 9 pips. 92, 89, 88. 89. Oh, nice. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Here's a round of applause for everybody who caught that trade. Very nice, beautiful. And for everyone who added a position over here and you're running in profits at this point, another congratulations for you guys. Such an amazing, easy trade here today. First thing in the morning. Yesterday, no trade. Today, trade. Beautiful. Gulag. If you guys got this trade, we have 3,500 people here in the YouTube stream. Give a like on the YouTube stream here. Come on, guys. Managed risk, added positions, hit take profit. Stops are at break even at this point. I mean, let the trade run, right? And when you guys give like on the stream, it shows a lot of people how to kind of they find out about the streams and they learn the correct way to trade. They learn about discipline. They learn about risk management, because when we take a loss, we don't get emotional about it. We're just like, okay, let's just see how we can manage the risk. Stay very calm, manage risk, trust your analysis, and everything's going to be all right. GU is also making its turn to continue bearish over here. Very, very easy and simple, but yet if it wasn't for Raja to teach us, no one would have seen it coming. Oh, just had to trust it. Trend, trend was bearish. Yeah, it was nice. Let's take a look at gold over here. Oh, I think you need to wait for gold to break above this area over here, above the high. That's going to be a much better idea. What was your lot size after you opened the second position? My first one was 5 lot, and then I added another 5 lot as we broke down this area to continue down. So my total risk was like 2%. But the idea is to look to see how this trade played out. I know some people missed the trade, but now you need to see that, okay, if this candle happened, how could you have been in this trade? That's something you need to look at this point, if you missed this trade. Yeah, look at this. GU is also trying to come down. Gold hasn't broken the high yet. Out of topic, when you want to travel to Pakistan, to Canada, government need you to take vaccine. No, I plan to travel, but Malaysia government forced me to take vaccine. Yes, it depends on country to country, right? My country doesn't really give a shit about those things, but some countries they do care about those things. I learned a lot from this trade. It actually made sense what you did. Risk management, adding position, take profit. All we need is confidence. Yes. Can I add 80% or can I close percentage that I feel comfortable? You can close any percentage you're comfortable with. Like this situation, once it breaks its own high, you close 50% of your position. Can I close 80%? Yeah, that's all up to you. You want to close 80%, you can close 80%. So I just close 50%. That's my rules here for risk management. So what was this? Trade 1, GJ sells plus 11 pips. Beautiful. Very nice trade here today. Please don't go to Pakistan. We need you. I'm going to lose my mind before 15th. Well, this is going to be a test then. It's going to be a test how well you perform without the live streams. I think everyone's going to be okay. I think someone's going to be hosting the New York sessions here from our group, but we'll see what happens. Probably going to do a meetup there as well. I'm going to post the details later on. We have new rules here. A fine of 200,000 and 2 years in jail if you don't follow regulations. Oh, wow. $200,000 fine. That's like a mortgage. These fines are ridiculous, man. Canada came out with a $750,000 fine. And I'm thinking, for what? Now, UK has put Pakistan into the red list. Oh, yes. Yes. It's happening everywhere. Did you leave any runners? Yes. If my runner doesn't get stopped out, it's still in there. Anyone had problems with magic key, zoom in, zoom out button work? I think you need to read the troubleshooting guide. That's a very common issue when you first install magic keys, but it's a very, very quick fix to that. Did you have to add a position in order to make up for the amount you lost from closing partials? Yes. I did add position. I added a position once price broke its own low at this point right here. So what happened was we broke the low. I entered a sell. Price retraced, broke its own high. I closed 50%. It came down, broke its own low again, and then I added the position back again. That's what I did. Let's see here. Let's take a look at this chart. Sent by Mr. Nitinos Hihoni. Oh, nice sells over here. Same as your trade. Got in earlier with limit order. Nice, nice, nice. A little bit risky, but pretty good, man. Played out pretty nice. Beautiful. Let's take a look at the GA chart over here. GA is coming down, looking for a break of support. Huge candle wick to the left. Can see price retesting 1.81300. Yeah, makes sense. Once we break the support, I think we can continue down. Once the 30-minute candle rejected bullish and closed bearish, sells looked good. Yeah, I think it was a very, very good trade. Played out really, really nice. It played out exactly how I visualized it, right? So remember we talked about this 15-minute candle right here having not even the slightest bit of bullish momentum, right? This basically confirmed sells for me. That 15-minute candle closed like this, no bullish momentum at all, and straight moving down. And looks like gold is also trying to move up over here now. We broke the high at 1734.85. Should continue bullish at this point. Yeah. 30, 40 pips at that point. Should continue up. When doing dynamic risk, should you pre-plan where you will add positions, or should you just add them as the candle forms? I think in the start you should just add them as the candle forms, and with practice obviously you're gonna look at it over and over again to see how you could have had a better position, you know, or how you could have better positioned your dynamic risk entries. All right, someone took a loss on gold over here. Impulse entry got stopped out. Yeah, I don't know if that was a good impulse entry at that point, because you needed this candle to close, right? Because look, we have a resistance here. As this candle was breaking resistance, we had no idea whether this candle will close above resistance or it's going to close below resistance. We didn't know. We just didn't know, right? Once this candle closed bullish, we're like, all right, if it breaks the high, then there's a high probability for it to continue moving bullish, which is just broke the high right here. So Vehan, instead of looking at you just took a loss, look to see that, okay, how could you give your trade a second chance if it's moving in your direction. That's what you need to look at this point now. Caught this trade on London Open once it broke the wick of the 30-minute candle. Oh, nice. Right over here for price to move up. Clean range. Got 25 pips. Nice. Glad I found you in this world because I see some consistency now. Too kind, man. But yeah, I think it should continue up from this point towards 1737, 1737.50. How did you measure the exact price line for GJ? 10 pips. It's basically 10. Market will always give you an opportunity to secure 10 pips all the time. I've seen that. I've experienced that. And if you don't secure 10 pips, it will always retrace after it. Oh, my runner got stopped out here. But yeah, that was a pretty good trade, right? Price came down, rejection area, secured profits, and boom, right back up. Are you going to trade gold? No, I'm not going to trade gold. I already took my one trade for the day. I have a winning trade and I'm blessed. Absolutely blessed. Winning trade. If you can have one winning trade in the day, you're in the top 10% of people who won that day. So I'm taking my win home, man. 11 pips, whatever. I'm taking that home. Ooh, what's this over here? I lived in Thailand. Every day I have opportunity to see GJ moving on both London and New York sessions. Some days it has a volume. Should I just sit on a chart for both sessions? I think it's important to focus on just one session, because London session is going to be different than New York session. And you got to be really good at understanding how the New York session moves, how the London session moves, you know. So it's very important to just focus on just one session at a time. Will you be deciding on a bank for Dominion markets while you're in Pakistan? Yes. Yeah, it's a quick business trip for 1 week. And the flights only leave the country once a week. So if it was up for me, I'd go there for 4 days and come back. Or 3 days and come back. But yeah. It's crazy because in the simulation session, I realized my losses only come from Mondays and Fridays. Well, that means Mondays and Fridays, you got to be more risk averse at that point. Wow, look at this. Look at this thing move. Is there crypto in Dominion markets? Yes. On MetaTrader 5. We only have MetaTrader 5 in Dominion markets, you know. And I think once you make the switch from MetaTrader 4 to MetaTrader 5, you realize, man, there was a lot missing. I mean, MetaTrader 5 is just next level. I remember when I switched to MetaTrader 5 in 2017, years ago, what a big difference that was. Yeah, if you're looking at gold, I think you can have your stop below this current candle here, which is about to close in about 2 minutes. 30-minute candle is also closing at this time, which is pretty good, closing above this area. Can you sign up with crypto? Not yet. In 24 hours, we're going to have that option up as well. I think the servers are being upgraded at this point, but this is a very, very nice trade. Do you ever use trailing stops? Yes. Oh, Mr. Burner. Yes, Burner, Mr. Burner. I do use trailing stops. Mr. Burner in the house. Look at this gold. So amazing. I liked every live stream I won. Trades off so far 30 videos liked. Oh, nice. So you owe me 30 coffees then. Thanks for your course. Lower lows and higher lows are much important information, knowledge, but most important, people ignore them. I've purchased so many courses, but your is the last course I need to take for my life. I think whoever joins Market Fluidity, I tell them this, like, this is your final frontier. You know how people jump from, like, things to things to things to things. I tell them, yo, listen, there's no jumping away from this. This is your final frontier. It's simple, no problems, no indicators, just simple candles, lower highs, lower lows. Trust your analysis, trade in volume time, and that's it. And just practice. Practice and always look to see how could you have been in a trade? How could you have avoided a loss? Right? Always look at that. I always look at my trades to ask myself, okay, how could I have made more money from a winning trade? Or if I had a losing trade, I'm always looking at it to see that, okay, how could I have lost less money? Okay, so I have this guy, right? I have this guy, he works in a hedge fund. Well, not a hedge fund, but he works in a equity firm, right? So they trade and this and that. He works as a risk management some guy there. He works as a risk manager there. So let's say he tells me, like, let's say if the fund's daily loss for his team is, let's say, around 10,000. 10,000 is the daily risk limit, right? Their job as risk managers is to make sure that the fund loses less money than they anticipate, right? So let's say if, using their risk management techniques at the end of the day, if they're having a loss, instead of losing 10,000, they lose 4,000, right? So what's the difference? Difference is of 6,000. He gets a commission off of the money they saved the fund. This is the money saved for the fund, right? So he gets a commission off of this 6,000 because they saved money for the fund. And this is the same techniques we're using right over here, because if you know price is going to hit your stop loss, how can you make your risk lower than you already anticipated? That's how risk managers make money. They make sure the funds lose less money, and the funds, they basically tell them, hey, you made us save this amount, here's a little percentage off of the amount you saved us. Because if it weren't for you, we would have lost 10,000. But because of you, we saved 6,000. Here's a little kickback. And it's the same information here when it comes to risk. Exactly the same concept. Price moves against you. You try to say, oh, okay, price moving against me. My risk is $1,000, $500. How can I lose less than what I plan to lose? In the US, regulated brokers have 1 to 50 leverage. What advice what advice to give moving to 1 to 500 leverage? I think a best advice is going to be to manage risk, because 1 to 500 leverage, it means you can risk a lot of money at the same time. So you need to be a really, really good at managing risk. And we can see right here, I think pound yen is on its way towards the lows at 152.700 here at this point. If I deposit with crypto, is it possible to make in USD or euro and trade it? Yes. Yes. So it automatically converts crypto to fiat. Fiat is your euro and USD. Is verification pays no longer live yet? No, it's no longer live yet. Ooh, Colombia, MJFX. Hey, Raja. Hugs from Colombia. Hey, we need to be socially distanced here, man. Hugs from Colombia. Let's take a look here. Euro AUD. Rejections. Oh, beautiful. Such amazing trade over impulse entry when candle broke the low. Very, very nice. Looking for sells. Amazing trade here. Gold is also looking good to continue bullish at this point. Are you planning on adding PayPal to Dominion Markets? Really looking forward to switch my account to Dominion Markets. PayPal is on a discretionary basis. It's going to be very difficult to kind of like monitor that. But curious if it's, let's take a look at this chart here by Michael Montano. Looking for a break of support. We're coming down over here pretty good. We're coming down over here pretty good. If this candle can close bearish and the next one can break the low, I think we can continue bearish at that point. I think that's something we could look into. Oh, what's this? An article came out on Bloomberg Business about the shortage of chip. I'm guessing it's the same with Magic Keys. Yes. Yeah, the reason why Magic Keys is late, we would have had them by this week, but we're looking at, having them by mid of April because of the chip shortage. Chip shortage, there's a chip shortage first. There was for cars, now there's for electronics. Yeah, it's affecting everything at this point. All right, so far looking at gold to continue on bullish, 1737 and 1738. That's the target here for today. But if we kind of like break the low, then it probably is gonna, continue back in the range. How much is spread on Dominion Markets on GJ? Right now, the spread is 1.2 pips, 1.3 pips, 1.2 pips. Pretty good. I think spread below 2 pips is pretty good. Below 2 pips should be a pretty good spread.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, good morning. How are you?
Good, you?
Good, good. Gold may be a fake out breakout. What do you think? I think the only reason gold is going to be a fake out breakout is if this candle comes back in the range. If this candle doesn't go back in the range, there's no fake out. Because then it could just mean it's just making a liquidity wick to continue moving bullish, which is why I think some people did take buys on gold. And I think if your buys were above this wick, your stops are below this candle around, 1733.50, 1733.46. And now you're anticipating volume to carry price all the way up towards, 37, 38. But if this candle breaks the previous candle's low, then you're right. This move up is going to be a potential fake out. Okay, let's see over here. This is GJ. No trade range, risky sells, and then better sells below this area. Yeah, I think you should look for sells. I don't know. Let me see here. I think sells below this area would be good because we're moving into a volume session now, right? NY Open is about to come on. And I think if we can break below these lows, I think we can continue moving bearish, especially if we break below 152.700. Just gotta wait to see how the candle is gonna close over here. If it's gonna give us that good close here or not. And remember when we were talking about the 4-hour candle, this 4-hour candle was all the way up over here. Remember we talked about what if it's retracing to continue down? That's where we got that continuation on the smaller time frame. Hope you're well, brother. Could you have a look at this potential gold setup? All right. Let's take a look at this gold setup here. Gold setup. Clean buys 1734 for price to continue up. Waiting for 30-minute candle close above these wicks. Okay, that's perfect. You're waiting for price to close above this area. That's good. That's good. Or also, like, you know, if we kind of like break above 1735, I think that's going to be much better too if you haven't taken a trade yet to continue up. How about withdrawals? True Bitcoin wallet too, or are there options paying Ethereum and XRP? Yeah, we can do basically all, not all, but like most of the used cryptos for withdrawals. How can one avoid marrying a trade bias? Have been bullish on GJ and I'm not able to execute sells, hence missing the trade. You need to look at it logically. That's what you need to do. You just gotta look at things logically, right? And logic dictates that if price makes a low in a downtrend and if it creates a resistance, there's a 80% probability it will continue down to retest the low. That's what logic dictates, right? Emotions dictate, oh, I'm looking for a buy. I want to take a buy. I should look for a buy only. Where are the buys? I don't see any buys. No, you got to look at it from logically, right? So that's it. Resistance formed, trade executed, profits were taken right down over here, and now we're seeing a possible continuation down. Kind of sad my runner got stopped out. Otherwise, this could have been a very, very good trade to continue all the way down towards 152.550. And it looks like gold is about to break the high over here too after this liquidity grab for price to continue up. And once we do break above the high, it's going to continue moving bullish here. 1737 coming up, 38, we can take a look at that. But needs to break the high here. Do you see a potential entry on 15-minute with that pause to continue down when breaking the low? Probably with this 15-minute candle closing and the next one breaking the low, I think we can continue moving down with the NY open volume coming in about 20 minutes. Because remember, guys, yesterday we had no volume, right? Yesterday was no volume. It's like the market is... See, I want to say some things, but that's not going to be good. But so I'm not going to say it. It's like, you know, when you pump air in the balloon and it wants to just like burst, that's what's happening here. Yesterday was no volume, so all that volume is going to go somewhere today. And I think that should continue moving bearish today. Same thing with GU here. GU is kind of like struggling at this point. We're ranging here at the support. I think if we can break below this area, we can continue down, but it's really, really, really struggling here. GU, look at this range, as if it's like waiting for something to happen. Look at that. Gold has broken the high at this point. Right? Gold has broken the high. Candle is about to close in 4 minutes. New 15-minute candle is going to start. And I think we can continue moving bullish at this point as well. Boom, boom, boom. How can I start to trade? I'm new here, need more lesson. Well, you need to go to babypips.com and then from there you can start to trade. But yeah, man, this is an amazing, amazing trade over here. This is where the entry was taken for price to continue down. One more important question for me. I also trailed my stop above the 30-minute, but one stop was above the 15-minute and was only 10 pips. I would have trailed. I would have still been in the trade. Do you always trail stops like this? Yeah, I always trail stops with stops being above the 30-minute candle. You know, so it goes to the point. Always look to see where could you had your stop for a continued trade. You know, and I think above the 30-minute right here would have made much more sense too for price to continue down. Do you have multiple screens? Yes, I have multiple screens. How much spread for mini account USD 100? I have no idea what USD 100 is. I think it's another index. US 100 is it called? I'm not sure. What's it called over here? Oh, NASDAQ 100. It's NAS 100. It's 200 points. That's what it says over here. 200 points. Oh, look at that. GU is now breaking down over here. Beautiful. We broke the low. For people who are coming in, this is where the entry was taken. When we broke the low at this point, for price to continue down. I think this could be a pretty good target here. Potential target with volume coming in with the NY open. Potential target 152.555. Yeah, let's do that. Wow, look at gold coming up nice. Should be up, oh nice, should be up like 9 pips. If it continues to 1736, that's still pretty good. That's still about, 15 pips. We got 20 pips up over here, 25, 30 pips all the way up towards 1738. How do you know the difference between a wick that's going to get filled and a rejection wick? Wicks get filled in momentum. Momentum is when there's volume in the market, and volume is in the market when, markets are about to open, which is this time right over here. So this is where you get the wick fill, and with momentum and volume coming into the market, you could have price moving down and break this low. Giving gold a second chance right here. Oh, nice. Nice one. You looked at the 5-minute here. I would keep my eyes on the 15-minute here actually, and have stops below the 15-minute candle. But still pretty good. Nice idea here for price to continue moving. When doing dynamic risk, shouldn't most positions just be added during a formation of the 30-minute candle where you entered the trade? Because if it closes against you, there's no point in adding positions. Yes, that's true. I mean, dynamic risk is basically you're opening smaller positions and then you're adding positions as trade kind of like goes against you or it tries to go in your favor. You're slowly adding positions back. So it also depends on how many times you're breaking down that position. Let's say if you're using one position, are you breaking that down into 4 positions, 3 positions, 2 positions, right? Yeah, gold is doing something that it shouldn't do at this point. Look at the 15-minute candle closing bearish. Yeah, this is where things get a little tricky. But man, pound yen is going to have a continued free fall at this time to continue bearish. It will have a continued free fall today. Does market open increase volume for gold? Yes. In 15 minutes, we will have massive, massive amounts of volume. Also, coming up to the hour close, we can have massive, massive volume for price to continue down. That'll be a really, really good move coming down here. 15-minute candle close with no wick at the bottom. That's okay. That's cool. Because overall, we're breaking below these lows over here. How to manage risk on gold? I think managing risk on gold is pretty okay because so far, let's say guys entered at the break of the high at this point, your stops were below this area. If this candle breaks the previous 15-minute low, you're closing 50% at that time. And you're leaving the rest open for price to potentially continue bullish. So at this time, you're just managing risk now. So you got to be a good risk manager. Oh wow, look at that. G just continued down over here. This should continue all the way down. The higher time frame momentum, volume in the market. What a move here on GJ. Whoever's holding GJ here, amazing. You're gonna have a very nice move coming on GJ here.
Yeah, I got stopped on gold, but I got GJ on.
Nice. GU is also trying to move down here slowly. Slowly but surely.
But surely, I think a good target on GJ would be like 152 600.
Yeah? Yeah, that's good. Safer than the target I have.
Mhm.
What is gold doing? Gold is not doing what it was supposed to do. Gold broke the 15-minute low, so obviously you managed risk at that time, and it's gold. It's whatever. You know, when price moves, we can't really predict where price is going to go, right? If price moves against us, we can manage risk. We can manage risk. We can control risk, but we can't really control where price goes. 2 losses on gold. I think the second one should have been a break even, because if you went in profits, you should have closed position as it came down to your entry point. So that should have been break even at that point rather than a loss. But you know, every day is a learning day in managing risk and stuff like that. So it's all good. Why GJ when it's choppy on the left side? Because we have volume and prices coming down. We're breaking below the lows on the 4-hour time frame. Are you still holding GJ? No, I'm not holding GJ. Would you consider doing a Dominion Markets breakdown or a question and answer session, something in the direction, or is there something I missed? It's kind of messy that all the questions asked get asked twice. I don't think there's any need to do a question and answer session because it's very straightforward. I don't know if you have any questions, you can ask them, but I don't think I don't know. I can't seem to see the stop loss and entry lines on my MT5 using magic keys. Yeah, you need to press open calc. That's a very vague question. You need to press open calc, see if the batteries are there, see if the thing is on, try restarting it. When price is clean on the 1 hour but choppy on the 15-minute, would you consider that trade in a range? I'd consider the overall higher time frame for price to move down. You know, so if we look right over here, we can see the overall higher time frame is really moving price. And remember we talked about when this 1 hour candle breaks the low of this one right here, it's going to continue moving down. This is what's happening right now. This is all volume driving price down. That's all what it is. Just volume driving price down. You should have stayed in GJ sell. Well, I got stopped out to break even. I had a runner, my runner got stopped out. But this is awesome, the way it's moving at this point. It's the gulag here who are taking sells on GJ and driving price down. Gold was a heartbreaker here today. All right. Can you look at my trade, please? How do I get more confident? All right. Let's take a look at this chart over here. USD CAD. Oh, wow. Look at that. We broke above, entered, closed because I'm not confident enough. How do I get more confident? Well, you closed. I don't know. Maybe put stops at break even and let the rest run. And slowly with time, you're going to get confident. Looks like we have 9 minutes left over here for this candle to close. We're coming up towards 152.600 here. Max target 613, 613. Mac, do we have 600 in the books? 600. Oh, 600 tapped. Nice one. We can see Max smiling there. 600 target. Can we get 555?
Yeah, definitely gonna drop.
Yeah. 555 coming up right now. I shouldn't have moved my stop loss to break even in GJ. Oh well. That's okay. When I have two positions open, is how do I close partials on a certain position with magic keys? There's a partial take profit button. There's a box that comes on the screen. It's really hard to explain it, but there's a box that comes on the screen so you can go from there. Oh wow, look at that. Gold. Gold continued up over here. So this is where you closed 50%, and this is where your stop was right here. Right? If you didn't move your stop, you're still in this trade. But, you know, if you got scared and you closed your trade, what do we say when you get scared? Close 50%. Let the rest running. Okay, we're coming down, man. GBP, JPY. Crazy.
Teasing your target.
Yeah, ooh, 566. Do we have 555? 152, 555, 565. Can we get 555? Do we have that in the order books? Coming up here slowly. 555, 562, 564, 564. Oh, 570. Weren't you supposed to be traveling? No, Mom.
No, Mom.
Guy came in like he's my mom. Weren't you supposed to be traveling? No. I like that on GJ Runner. Stop. Should have had 30-minute candle. Yeah. Wow, this is amazing, amazing, amazing move here on pound yen.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. That's the second TP right there. Bang.
Yeah. Look at gold. Gold also broke the high at this point now.
Yeah.
Gold is somewhere where you can really learn how to trust your analysis on gold. This is what gold did today. Oh, 555 tapped on pound yen. Nice. What a nice move on pound yen over here. Beautiful. Beautiful trades.
Yeah, gold moved 16 pips to the downside. It just grabbed a little liquidity and just popped up.
Yep. Amazing. Thank you, Raja, Ted, and Kervin. Thank you, thank you. What about Mac, man? Out of all those people, only Mac and me are here.
Mark, Kevin, and
yeah, this is beautiful. Amazing analysis. I came in the charts, I saw this, I'm like, yeah, we're going to continue down. It's going to break. It's just a matter of time when. And amazing trade over here. People who are still holding sells on pound yen, give a like on the stream and subscribe to this channel. Man, this YouTube channel is growing faster than my Instagram. Oh wow, look at this gold. It's continuing bullish over here. Beautiful. Damn. I think gold was just confidence. That's all what it was. Gold was just confidence, and knowing what gold does, it was just based on confidence, really. What's this? GJ insane moves? Yes, amazing, amazing moves over here. Look at this right here, man. This candle, monster candle coming down with volume too. We're not even in NY Open, and look at this volume coming in before NY Open. Are the lives on all week? No. No lives on all week. This is the last live session we're gonna have till I would say like the 14th or 15th of this month. So taking a 1 week break over here. Nice. All right. GJ making me feel bad about my runner. That's fine. You know, because these moves will happen all the time. These moves happen all the time. Can we get 1 to 100 leverage on Dominion markets? I only see 1 to 500. Yes, you can. Just send an email to support@dominionmarkets.com and state your account number, and they'll change it for you. It was a bad day for me. Lost 4% on gold, over leveraged, over traded, and over risked, misclicks and stuff. Yeah, that's not a good time at all. Over leveraged, over risked, over traded. Did everything today. USD CAD 80% at 9 pips. Oh, nice. Nice. Went all the way up. Wow, looks like pound yen's going to continue moving at this point here. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is GJ took the sell after the break of the low. Wow. That candle looks massive coming down.
Skinny as hell.
Yes.
Give that candle some protein.
Yeah, it needs some testosterone over here.
It's making it seem like 100 pips.
Yeah. Raja, did you enter? Yeah, I did enter. GJ, I got like 11 pips out of it. How can I work for Dominion Markets? I don't think we have any jobs open at this time. I'm new. I'm trying to install MetaTrader 5 on my PC and I don't know how. Can someone help me? Yeah, I think that question is not about helping you with installing MetaTrader 5. That question is about installing a software altogether on a computer. You get an executable file which ends with exe. You double click it, it's going to walk you through an installation wizard. It's going to ask you for the drive where you want to install it, if you want a desktop shortcut or not. You got to go through all that stuff. Pretty complicated.
You work for Windows now.
Yeah. Work from Windows. Super grateful for the group live stream and your mentorship. Had a great day. $87 profit. Highest day so far. Oh, nice. Nice. $87. Man, I remember when I made my first big day was like $120. You know, and that came in like 15 minutes. That was a sell on USD CAD. I remember that was 1 week after Ted's mentorship. And I made $115, $120, and I was so happy. I was like, wow, man, like I make around $150 a day working 8 hours. I made $120 in 15 minutes. That's the time where I understood the power of the market. I'm like, wow, man, market is crazy. Wow, G just still pumping here. This is the NY Open at this point right now. If it breaks below 152, 490, 480, it's gonzo. Is MT5 better than MT4? Yeah, MT4 is like your BMW 3 Series. MT5 is like your M4 or M5. Both are good, but massive differences. I mean, I've seen them. big difference, to be honest. What did you have for breakfast today? Nothing. I had a banana and I'm having some green tea right here. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a sell on pound yen. Entry took based on the break and retest. Nice. Secured full TP, 36 pips. Beautiful. Very, very nicely done. You had a better entry, so nice. Absolutely wonderful. Held this trade for a while too. All right, I made $20 now on gold. Oh, beautiful. $20, $1, $2, profit is profit. We're coming up towards, 1737, 1738 right over there. I think we can tap 1738 with the volume in my open here. I'm new to these sessions. Love it and appreciate your time and insight. Thank you. Oh, nice, nice. You're welcome, welcome. So yeah, we had a pretty good trade here on GJ. Nice call here. Price went all the way down towards our target. And amazing. Let's take a look at this chart here. This is took sell, 115-minute candle, broke the previous low, secured 80%, stops at break even. A runner running. Nice. Are you in gold? No, I'm not in gold. I didn't execute in gold because I executed in pound yen. Hey, I just want to ask you, I know you came with your own technique of trading now. So what did you learn with Ted? It's not about learning, it's about having access to the tools so that you can create your own strategies, you can do your own thinking, you can kind of like, create your own way to trade. That's all what it is, right? The tools are there to learn price action, learn candles, understand risk, understand how to manage risk if the highs are broken or the lows are broken, understanding when there's volume in the market. You combine all that together and then you kind of like come out with your own stuff. So basically we worked together to come out with different things. Ted came up with wick fills and we looked into more detail, tried to make trading simpler. The whole idea was how can we make reading charts as simple as possible, because when I first started it was too complicated. We had MACDs, we have stochastics, we had RSI, we had like a lot of things that I don't use now. And I think back then that was just too much toxicity at that time, too much confluences, too much confusion, and I don't know, man. Now it's just very simple. You just wait for volume, wait for momentum, execute. If it's a loss, you learn from that loss. If it's a win, you kind of see how you could have made that win better. That's how I view trading now at this time. Let's take a look at this GJ trade. All right, nice one. This is US 30. US 30, enter when price break the high. I think at the same time, you need to also look at this rejection right here. Because as price comes up, there's a price may reject this area here as well. So you need to keep that in mind. Gold. Closed half position when candle closed with a small wick. Oh, why did you close half? You should have left the entire thing open. This means strong momentum. Move stop loss to low of this candle. I think it was too early since the 30-minute candle was still open. Bitch ass candle tapped my stop loss. Oh, should have trusted it based on the 30-minute. But every day is a learning day and we move on. All right. Already looked at this chart. All right, perfect. Do you think you'll become a unicorn like Ted? Probably. That's where I'm headed right now, slowly. Went to the unicorn market the other day. They wanted me to sign a contract with the Illuminati. I'm like, no, no Illuminati. All right, let's see what's happening here. Hey, is it too tight? Is it too tight to TP at 6 pips? Yes. Then leave a runner sitting at BE. I think the runner can easily get stopped. Yeah, absolutely, it's too tight. I mean, when you put stops at break even, right? The only reason you should put stops at break even if you know that you're going to be securing positions at that time. That's the only reason you should put your stops at break even. If you're going to be securing positions. If you're not securing positions, then there's no reason to put stops at break even. Right? I never do that. I always put stops at break even whenever I'm securing positions. So I secured 11 pips and then I put stops at break even and it got stopped out. Do you think XRP will sustain its price? I don't know. No idea. Absolutely no clue. Any open trade today, sir? Well, Mr. Nature Lover Entertainment, we had £1 yen sell over here. Price coming down. That's all what we had today. How do you set a good TP for your trade? Well, you identify how much are you going to target. So let's say I entered right over here. My target was somewhere down here, like 10, 11 pips. I got that, and then the rest just, got stopped out, and then trade continued running. Wow, GU is also ranging over here now. There's nothing happening at this time. Hey Raja, I heard Drake has beef with you and dropped a diss track because you're not really from Canada. What's up with that? I don't know. He's not from Canada either. Doesn't look like he's from Canada. What's the max leverage offered by Dominion? I think it's 1 to 500. Oh, Paul Harris donated £5, showing my thanks again for the help. Missed GJ but caught gold. Have closed 70% and left 30% with stop loss at break even. Oh, nice. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, we should tap into 1738 here on gold. Why don't you swing with the one lot? Because that's not the way how I trade. How do you manage risk? You can rewatch this live stream and you can see where I managed risk as the candle went against me and where I looked to add another position once price went in my favor. Joshua coming up with the fat $100. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Come on, Josh, you gotta outdo it. See if I can pull out $101.
All right, nice trade here on gold here. Very nice. Where is Ted? I have no idea. All right, we're coming close to 1738 over here. Coming very, very close to 1738. Why can't I close some of my trades with Forex.com broker? Ooh, oh, 1738 tap today. Damn. What a move. See this consolidation and just straight move up, clean candles to the left hand side. It was a little bit of a rocky ride here as this candle retraced, but you had to trust this area down here. You had to trust the area. I've said it over and over again, 5-minute and 15-minute are weak confirmation time frames. So even if this broke the low over here, 15-minute is a weak confirmation time frame. After a year in joining your team, took 3 trades already, but seen the move happen on GJ, couldn't trade because I had to stay disciplined. Biggest thing I learned is discipline. Oh, nice. Wow. Great move came in over here. Whoever got stopped out, whoever basically had a loss on this trade, I think you need to do some sort of a reflection on how you could have managed your stop loss level to really have this trade moving up.
Yeah. In my case, I would have had it at 20 pips, what I usually do. My spreads are a little higher than usual. They're like at 2.7.
Yeah. Yeah, the way how I see it as, like, if an entry was done right over here, right? So let's say entry was done right over here, right? As this candle broke the previous high, stop was kept below this current candle, couple of pips below this candle here. This candle formed, which was the start of the 30-minute candle. Next candle broke the low, 50% was closed right at this time. Right, but the stop was still kept right over here, and you can see your stop would have never ever gotten hit. And the 30-minute candle went bullish. Could have added another one down over here, you know, added the risk back, because then we had 1738 right up over here.
Yes, sir.
Had stopped below the 15-minute, still got stopped out. I think it was too close to the candle. Have to keep it a couple of pips below, because you got to remember this, guys. When price is going to retrace to the low of the candle, there's spread, right? So if we zoom in over here, let me just zoom in here a little bit. So if the spread is around 2 pips, so this is what your spread is going to look like. This is what a 2-pip spread is going to be right here, right? Your bid price and ask price right here. Bid price and ask price right here. So if your stop is down over here, obviously it's going to get hit. You know, the spread is going to stop you out all the time.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me.
Oh. Yeah, I keep my stops a couple pips above or below the candles, keeping in mind the spreads.
Hey, Raja.
Hey, Glenn.
My question on gold is that, like, we see these entries all the time. I took it off the 30-minute. And typically when we see the break of the high on the 30-minute, the candle that closed above resistance, and I executed at the break of the high, I have my stop loss below the entry candle. In that case, or in this case, it was the 15-minute at the time, but that low was broken. So I managed risk on 5-minute, closed half, then closed it full right before my stop loss. You know, I like this setup. I just didn't want to take it on the 15-minute. So like, I don't know how I would have got back into the trade if I took it off the 30-minute the way I explained.
Maybe once it broke the high right over here on the 15-minute again, because it made this liquidity wick and then it broke the high again to continue bullish. And that's when we were moving into the NY Open there as well slowly. And it was kind of like the same thing that happened on pound yen over here. Once price broke the low, retraced, and then it broke the low again. So once it broke the low again, I entered a second position for price to come down. Right?
Yeah, it's just when I take a second entry, I'm looking for a candle close. I'm not trying to take 2 impulse trades.
Oh, okay.
And I would say that usually stands true for like most of your trades as well, right? You want to wait for that close to be extra sure. In this case, it moved without us, but this is just a tough one because I know it's moving up. Don't want to have like a 20-pip stop loss. So
yeah,
you know, took the L on this.
Yeah, was tough one indeed, but like at the same time, I guess stop loss never moved from this point right over here, because the idea about managing risk is if the candles are breaking the lows, you're managing risk at that time. You're never closing the entire thing, because once this candle broke its own high, so my entry was somewhere short position. My entry was right over here. My stop was above this area right here, right? Once this candle broke its own low, its own high, I closed 50%. I didn't even think about moving my stop loss, because if I would have moved my stop and it broke its own high, came down, it would have stopped me out, and then I would have missed the entire trade down. So I'm never moving my stops, because the whole thing is like, if you're having your stops, let's say on gold, down at this point here, and we're breaking the low and it's coming close to your stop loss, you're not closing your position until it gets closed, because you already managed risk.
I know, but my stop loss was not below that 15-minute that you're talking about. It was higher up. It was below the entry candle. So I guess a better question would be is like, when do you decide when to have your stop loss below the previous candle close or the entry candle? Well, I've seen you do it both ways.
Well, we have resistance here. this candle closed above this area, and then if you entered once we broke the high, the stop was below this candle right here.
Yeah, I just based it off the 30-minute, so it changes the stop.
Oh, okay. Well, then there was more investigation to do. I mean, it's just very simple right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Executed buys as candle broke the high over here, hit stop loss at break even, shift to stop loss break even. It's the same thing. I mean, 15-minute, 5-minute, week confirmation time frames. The lows get broken all the time. So yeah, it's the same thing we discussed here on gold. So you guys got to really trust the 30-minute and the 1 hour, because 15 minutes are weak confirmations. And I don't know. I think this was a difficult trade, but there's a lot of learning we can do from this price moving up and retracing the way it did. Close 50% after low got broken. After 15 pips, close 80%. Post stops at break even. Nice. Last 15-minute on gold, how would you differentiate that as a rejection or a wick fill? Well, this is a rejection because we came up to a resistance area and we basically rejected just like we did here previously. So now at this point, you may want to see price kind of like break and close above this area to potentially continue bullish. First trade using larger lot size, it was my loss. The question is, was it a bad trade or was it having no probability? So entered sells in GU, anticipating price to come down. Managed risk on the 15-minute. Yeah, I think it is what it is on GU. Because look, the 30-minute candle closed bearish below the support, had no wick on the top. Looking on the 15-minute time frame now, I think the only thing is the 15-minute candle closed with a rejection. And the reason why I say it's a rejection because, this is a big wick and a small body. Looking at the 5-minute, yeah, we basically closed. The candles were closing bullish at this time. So even with this 30-minute candle close, you can look at the bottom. This 30-minute candle closed at 8 a.m. Look at the time at the bottom. Started at 7:30, closed at 8 a.m. So if you look at the 5-minute candles, this was the close of the 30-minute candle right here. So you needed the next candles to break the low to continue down. So I guess if you managed risk, that was still pretty good. I kind of feel like price is retracing again on pound yen to potentially continue bearish in the next hour or so. But we'll see what happens. Burner looking like Jesus from The Walking Dead. Yeah.
He was just reborn yesterday.
Hey, I'm still holding my GJ trade. What's this? Oh. Holding the GJ trade from London. All right, let's take a look over here. Oh, nice. First entry, break of the low, anticipating London Open. Beautiful. Second entry at rejection. Nice. Amazing move over here. Too bad we don't get these moves in the New York session. Sometimes we do when, the London session is ranging. We do get those nice moves, but it's very seldom we get them. All right, Bruno Giroldo asked a question. I don't know what this question means. Raja, why on Dominion markets the GJ is right on spread? I don't know what that means. Right on spread? No idea. All right, let's take a look over here. How could I have taken more advantage of the GJ sells? This is what I like to see. Took a trade, 1% risk here as the candle broke the low. Okay, perfect. Added 50% back here again. Perfect, I did the same. Secured 70%. Got stopped out. Should have had maybe kept the stops above this area. Yeah, that's what I was thinking here as well. The only thing is these labels are not numbered, so I'm not sure which one to read first, but I tried my best. Today, do we have Mac Attack? Today, do we have Mac Attack, Mac?
Yeah, always. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Bro,
Yeah.
I've been killing it on that session
Oh,
so
nice.
far.
You're
Every
lucky.
session. Yeah, I don't know where's the volume coming from.
Yeah.
Probably because I have burner in it. Jesus.
What
But
the
yeah,
fuck I do now?
I don't know. The last 3 weeks already. Every session there's been a trade. That's good.
All right.
What'd you say about Jesus and Asian session?
So you're bringing up the volatility.
Oh, okay. We'll be on it tonight.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Raja.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. What's happening over here? USD JPY coming down. Let's remove all analysis here. Let's take a look on the daily time frame. Daily's rejecting this area here now. Okay, perfect, perfect. Looks like we may break down to continue down. Let's take a look on the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour is rejecting this area. We have a support down at 110. Let's take a look on the 1-hour time frame. Oh, we got this rejection now. So in the 1-hour, now we can make this zone a little bit better. We got a resistance over here. We got a support down at 110, 160. Price is already coming down. We got to investigate this support over here, minor support, which is going to be much more cleaner to look at on a 30-minute time frame like this. And now we measure this range. This is a 13 pip range, pretty good range for USDJPY, to be honest. I think may want to see, oh yeah, we broke the low over here. We got clean traffic to the left hand side. Should potentially continue down. But now it becomes like a smaller range, right? Like a 9 pip range, 10 pip range. I don't think that's enough range here. Ideally, you may want to see a little bit of a retest towards 110, 280, 280, 270 for price to continue down again. I know you don't like to talk about your services. Could you please pass through it, cause the link info, I'm kind of confused if I don't like to talk about that. If you have the choice to trade London or New York, which one would you choose? I would choose New York session because that's all I've traded and I've been successful at that. Hey, Raja, you're doing great work. I have 8,000 USD to invest and all that I have, can I trust on Dominion Markets? Need your sincere advice. Well, that's totally up to you. You need to do your research, your due diligence, and then you need to make that decision. How come my charts show different? Oh, well, we don't know how that happens. But looks like pound yen is trying to continue bearish here coming on with the new 4-hour candle open. Let's take a look on the 4-hour here, right? Look at this 4-hour candle coming bearish at this point. We have a big 4-hour support at 152,400. Oh, actually, that's not that far away. That's like 15, 20 pips away. Right, let's take a look on the 1-hour time frame here to the left hand side. Nice, we got a bigger support here at 152.380. So that's good. Like if we kind of like break below the lows at 152, let's say 500, I think we can continue moving down from this point more, 15, 14 more pips at that point. We'll see what happens. If we're having benefits from the stream, I think we gotta trust Raja's. Oh, thank you, thank you. USD CAD falling in downward channel after strong rejection on hourly chart. USD, oh wow, USD JPY is also moving down here towards our support. 110, 150. Let's take a quick look on USD CAD. Removing all analysis here, looking at the daily time frame, we're coming down. Looking on the 4-hour, we're rejecting this area here, the 4-hour consolidation. Looking on the 1-hour time frame, We're also rejecting this area, so we're going to create a resistance right here because we're also breaking the low on the 1 hour time frame. And if we're breaking the low, I think we're continuing down here, looking at a 30-minute now. I think the first stop here could maybe be right around this area, but I don't see any entries at this point. Maybe once we broke the low, because this previous candle closed with a small body, maybe that could have been a good option, but so far it's just coming down. All right, looks like pound yen is on its way once more. I'm not taking a second trade here, by the way, but if we do break below 152.500, right down over here, we should continue moving bearish. Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
We broke
that
below.
previous 30-minute low, right?
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, perfect. We broke the
Hit.
lows. Should continue down to this area now. 152.400, I would say, even like 360, 350. Ooh, Miss Banks rocks. $10. Thanks, Raja, for 2 wins today before your vacation. Also took your advice and bought a Honda Civic yesterday, and I love it. Oh, congrats. Nice. Keeping expenses low, man. I like that. I like saving money. That's amazing.
Hey, hold on, Raja. Did he buy a Civic off of his profits?
I don't know. I don't want to go into the details, but whatever it is, it's to save money, and I like it.
Nah, that's a wise man. Wise man.
I'm gonna trade in my Audi for a Nissan Rogue.
Man, in 2015, I got a Honda Civic. The monthly payments were $200. I kept that car until we bought our house in August.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. I kept that car, saved a lot of money on gas, on car payments, on insurance. For 4 years, I saved money on a car. You know?
And then you bought the Kia.
Yeah, and then I bought the Kia. Got the Kia, and then once we moved into the house, then I'm like, all right, perfect. Now it's time to upgrade a little bit.
That's a smart thing to do, Raja.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because $200 on a car is nothing a month.
That's what I was paying for the
I'm still
Accord.
driving my Camry I paid off like 8 years ago, you know?
Oh, nice.
That's the best type of car, no payment.
No payment. Oh, wise woman, Miss Banks here. It was because of this stream and profits. Oh, nice. Very nice. That's beautiful. Gold 5-minute chart. Took short after 5-minute engulfed after making no top wick. Price came down. It was a little risky on gold on the 5-minute. It was a little risky, but I'll give it to you. You got it done. But I would still say it was a little risky. Look at this candle, man. 30-minute candle closing below this area. The next 30-minute candle is screaming to go down. The next 15-minute candle is also screaming to go down.
Yeah, I have my runner TP is at 375, 374.
Nice. Did you took gold? No, I didn't take gold trade. USD CAD, I don't know if USD CAD is screaming or not because I see it making a high and I see it retracing to probably create a support to retest the high. That's what I see. Look at this thing here. Beautiful close here. Closing below these wicks over here, closing below this area. If it retraces and it breaks the low, I think that's another really, really good entry for price to continue down. And you can have the stops above the wick wherever it creates the wick. This is a kind of a trade we took in the simulation on Sunday, if you guys remember. Why would you only take one trade? Is it because you got 11 pips and it's enough? Yeah. Yeah, that's why I only took one trade. I took one trade. I added a position to that trade as well. So that for me were like 2 entries on one trade, and I think that's more than enough, especially on a Tuesday. This is the first trading day of the week for me. Let's take a look over here. Gold sells. Oh, nice. Nice, Wendy. I think a lot of people took the same sell on gold. You had clean candle through the left-hand side as well. All right, looks like it's coming down. Can you settle your beef with Drake? Yes. Probably he needs to stop using my ghostwriter. Once he can stop, then the beef is settled. Sim sessions are only for members of Market Fluidity? Yes. Are demo accounts available on Dominion Markets? Yes. All right, there we go. We're breaking the low at this point on pound yen. Nice. We're breaking the low. We're breaking hearts, and I think it should continue down to 152.377. I'm not taking this trade. I'm just spectating it right now. But it should continue bearish at this point. OctaFX. OctaFX is my biggest competition in Pakistan. And I think we will conquer OctaFX in Pakistan. They have really high spreads and they have really high commissions. So that was one of the reasons why I'm coming to Pakistan here. So let's see what happens.
Bueno, Karachi.
Karachi? No, man. Why does everyone know about Karachi?
Everybody knows about the only place in Pakistan I know of is Karachi.
No, man. There's Islamabad, the capital.
Oh, okay.
Karachi, different type of people live in Karachi. They're smaller, they're thinner,
Whoa, okay.
No offense to guys from there, but guys from Punjab, like Lahore and Islamabad, they're like well built and bigger and stronger.
Yeah, Punjabi warriors.
The Punjabi warriors, yeah. We used to have a lot of rugby matches from guys from Karachi, so they would always be like smaller than us. So
Destroyed.
yeah, so I always had this image in my mind. Oh, guys from Karachi are all smaller. Look at that USD CAD retracing a lot at this point. If you take another sells on GJ after breaking the 15-minute, will you put your stop above the current candle or 550? If I'm looking for sells here, if I'm taking a sell here at the break of the low, since this candle is still open, I'm willing to put my stops. So my stops, I'm willing to put them in the middle of this range. Right? Because if I keep it on the top of this wick over here, since this candle just formed, it can break its own high like it's breaking its own high right over here. So I might have it in the middle of this range right over here at this point, anticipating the 30-minute candle to continue pushing bearish, and this might be like a retest at this time. But I'm just spectating it because, it's kind of choppy at this time if you look to the left-hand side. Look to the left-hand side, look at this right here. There was a rejection right here, 152.470. So I'm going to extend it to the right-hand side, and you can see where it's rejecting from. So it's kind of sketchy over here. That's why I'm not executing on this. You played Rugas. No, I played rugby. What broker do you recommend for a $100 to $200 account? Any broker that's going to keep your $100 to $200 account safe. Do you use stop loss and TP with your trades? Obviously, yes. A trade is not a trade if you don't have a stop loss on it, my friend. Just like a fight is not a fight if you don't have a referee in it, or someone's going to get murdered. Can you imagine in UFC you had no referees and guys just kept pounding each other's faces in? That's
early days.
Yeah.
Days it was like this.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can imagine.
Free for all.
Miami backyard brawls,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You remember Kimbo when he used to do those yeah.
Oh, Kimbo used to treat people like ragdolls, literally those
Yeah.
backyard fights.
Man was big.
Holy.
And Data 5000, that guy was huge too.
It's like he had stones all over his body. Like guys would hit him in the face, nothing would happen.
Nothing.
They'd be like, "Oh shit, we got him
Yeah.
mad."
Yeah, Kimbo was a beast, bro.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
I love people was looking at market. Great call. Oh, nice. Raja, check gold. Gold is doing some funny stuff right now. Gold had a nice move up, and we called that move up. There was a lot of learning lessons from gold here today. A lot of learning lessons based on, like, which time frame to trust based on stop loss, which time frame not to trust in terms of stop loss. Realistically, I use 15-minute time frame to manage risk. I use the 30-minute time frame to decide whether I'm going to close the entire trade or not. But in this case, it was all right. I'm just going to mute people here. In this case, there was a bit of a confusion here with the 15-minute candle closing. So you had to put a lot of things together to kind of like understand this trade. What's the broker that you use? I use Dominion Markets. That's what I'm using. Thanks, Raja, for your philosophy. Like, you got one trade and you see a lot of potential trade, but you didn't take them because you already got a win and you're not greedy. Yes, that's true. Do you have any firearms? In Canada, you cannot own firearms. It's getting difficult now.
Hold up, you guys can't own none?
No. Yeah, you need a license, and it's very strict. Oh wow, look at this thing moving now. See this? Stopped, kept somewhere in the middle of a range, not anticipating it to continue up all the way. And we can go all the way down. Oh, gold is on its way back up again now. Damn, Daniel coming up here. Breaking above the high to... Oh, gone! Gold is gone. Pound yen is about to leak down to 152.400. Wow, haven't taken a trade on gold at all today. Should have taken a buy on gold, but whatever. Let's take a look to the left-hand side, see what's going on. Oh yeah, we got this rejection at 1740 here now. Looking on the 4-hour, yeah, we got 1740 rejection here now, coming up towards 1741. That's not that far away, to be honest. When you wait,
Come on. Oh, my bad.
When you wait for rejection and when do you wait for confirmation and when you don't? It depends on experience at the end of the day. Ooh, 152.400 also tapped over here on pound yen.
Ooh. Come on, my runner.
Ooh. Amazing call on pound yen all the way from up over here. Wow. This was we basically broke down this entire 47 pip move here on pound yen. Yes, this whole day, this whole stream was basically dedicated to pound yen. The whole stream.
All right, that's it. The runner got hit.
Wow, UCJPY also took a dive. Nose dive here. What's going on here now? A world economic outlook. Managing divergent recoveries. Well, of course, they'll look at recoveries now by destroying the world world economy here. Of course. Oh, we gotta look to, recover the world. What do you think about the SPX 500 trade I'm in? All right, let's take a look over here. SPX 900. Wow, man, this was such a nice move over here coming down on pound yen. GU, wait for candle to make a resistance here to continue down. Okay, and if we break this area, then we're potentially going up at this time. That's true. Thank you, Raja. Amazing trade. Learned so much. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. There's a lot of learning to do here. Let's take a look at this chart here coming from the Gulag. SPX 500, we broke above the... Oh, I think we talked about this. Someone sent this chart. Entered as price broke the high. Stops below this candle. Looks good. Perfect. Looks good. The only thing you need to be cautious about are these rejections here to the left-hand side.
Brother, listen up.
I don't know what Mac is doing. Is he talking to himself or talking to us?
I think he was getting expert advice from himself,
He's like, yo, Mac, listen, Mac.
Direct notes. But that thing in my runner's TP. So that's my cue. I'm gonna head out, guys. Be safe. And I'll see you guys during the Asian session. All
right. Take care.
See you in 5 minutes, Mac.
Where did you come from? I'm out, guys. Bye.
Should have jumped in GJ. Well, if you did not jump in GJ, I think this is a pretty good day to kind of like see where you could have entered the trade for price to move down, because man, this was just so nice. Came straight down. Yesterday, no trade. Today, easy trade. I'm learning so much. That Wickfield strategy makes so much sense and has opened my eyes. Well, Wicks don't lie. That's the name of the channel. Did you watch Daniel Savage podcast with King Sean Lee? No. I don't watch fakes. That goes to the king over there, not to... Anyway. Appreciate... Smoke some ganja.
You don't have to be specific, to be honest.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Good morning, Raja.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, man. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Blue day, man. Can't complain. What time are you leaving for your flight today?
Sometime in the evening.
Okay. Is it like a long flight? I mean, how many hours?
Yeah, it's around 12 hours.
Oh, wow.
12 hours.
That's
yeah,
nice.
It's nuts.
You get extra leg room?
Yeah, I got extra. Well, I'm flying business, so it's going to be okay.
Nice. Awesome, man. Well, hey, safe travels, and look forward for when you get back, man.
Thanks,
Enjoy your
man.
time.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Appreciate it. Is your Sunday simulation for members only? Yes. My second time watching this channel and I really like it. Oh, nice. Do you have live stream tomorrow? No, I'm going to make an announcement later on about the live streams. There's going to be no live stream for the rest of the week. We're going to be back on the 14th or 15th of this month. Who will take over NY session these days? I don't know. No idea. I don't have a successor. Let's see here. Let us know. Oh, do you think GJ will return back to 153.362? 153.362. Do you have a buy running from that price? That's the question I want to ask.
Makes sense.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Will GJ come back all the way 100 pips? I don't know, man. That's far away. Not today, I don't know, unless Brexit happens. Man, you guys are funny in the gulag. Okay, let's see here. Do you ever stream during Asian session? Oh, there's one really good stream runs in the Asian session, and it's becoming really good now. You go to youtube.com, youtube, youtube.com, and then you go to Mac Attack. This one right here, Mac Attack. Really, really, really good stream here for Asian session. Kervin shows up there. Ted shows up there sometimes. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Hey, Raja. Help me look at EU potential trade. Help you look at EU potential trade. Let's take a look here. I don't like this pair at all, but... Oh, looks like it went bullish. So what'd you do over here? Let's take a look on the daily here. We're moving bullish. 4 hours moving bullish. Got a potential resistance around this area here. Not that far away. That's like 2 pips away, 3 pips away. Oh, 7 pips away. Yeah, I think the trade is done on Euro USD. I think you'll need to see some sort of a, like, you know, like a retracement for price to continue up, because it's moving now, and entering now is, I don't know, man, it's very risky at this time. So you need some sort of a retracement for price to continue up. Made $2,500 today with pound yen. Beautiful. Looks like pound yen is continuing bearish over here. We were right about price moving down with the NY Open here. Wow, look at that. Damn, Daniel. Oh, damn. Oh, man. Wow, just dropping and dropping and dropping. Really jealous about anyone who's holding a sell from up over here. So jealous from that person, man. Screw you guys, whoever's holding a sell here.
It's over and over.
Because I knew it's going to come down and it still got stopped out. I'm like, oh, man.
Incredible. We're breaking below a previous area of interest, which was the 152.300. So I wouldn't be surprised if we go to the 152 right with a 15-minute candle before this hourly candle close.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it's been a long time. You know, everybody's waiting for correction in price on pound, but this daily candle looks massive rejection, man.
Yeah, they do have massive rejections. Look at this daily over here.
Sad. Yeah, man.
I mean, if it continues, we may tap 152 here.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I mean, this 15-minute candle, I mean, the hourly candle has potential going to retest the 152.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Could you ask Uncle Kervin how many likes can we hit for him to host NY sessions?
Today they did really good. I saw 1400, to be honest. So it's nice.
It's nice.
Yeah.
In other words, Kervin is saying it's never gonna happen.
I mean, you know that I was talking to you over the weekend. You know.
Yeah.
I'm doing some stuff.
Yeah.
Damn, Daniel. Can we get to the 152?
Wow, I think we're gonna tap 152 over here.
Yeah, it's only 18 pips away from there.
Yeah. Let's take a look at GU. Now, see, GU is not moving the same way as GJ because I think. Wait a minute. Is this because of the weakness, the strength in the yen? Is your JPY also? Oh, your JPY is also falling. This is due to the strength in the yen over here. Because if all yen pairs are falling, this means the yen is getting stronger at this time. That's the only thing I can look at. So GJ has all this momentum reserved in its tank from Friday and Monday, and now it's just leaking all this momentum here. Whether it's due to the yen or whatever it is, it's just coming down nice. And you can see how pound USD is not moving the same way because it's influenced by different currencies, right? Which is why you're having pound yen move more. I think the fear of the virus wave 3 coming in, giving JPY as a safe haven strength, more strength. Yeah, that could be it. That could be it. That the yen is gaining strength from the fear of, like, but at the same time, I mean, the vaccines are going out, and when the vaccines are being circulated, this means the economies can open back up again. So that should make yen weaker. You know, to play devil's advocate to that comment over there. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. I took an entry breaking the low close to NY open, volume coming in, nice, nice, nice. Took 90% at 10 pips, beautiful. Runner got stopped out. Nice, it is what it is. How come runner got stopped out? I guess it did. In New York, they approved 16 plus for the vaccines. Oh yes, next is going to be passports. Yeah, should be an interesting week. I'm going to be looking at the markets too while I'm away. So let's see what happens.
Do you guys have internet in Pakistan?
Of course, man. We have internet in Pakistan. This guy. The funny thing is, the internet I have there at my house is faster than the one I have here in my house here.
Then let's stream from Pakistan.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because if they block the flights from there back to Canada for another month, I may have to buy a screen over there.
Don't even say it, man. No. Imagine getting locked in Pakistan.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad.
I think what basically you will be missing is the SRT, so it will be bad.
Yeah. Yeah, the way they're really handling all these problems here in Canada, I don't like it at all, man. This is becoming like a communist country here slowly, with lockdowns, with things you can and cannot do, while our neighbors in America, they're living their life as if nothing is happening. Right?
So that's a blessing, right? As Burner, we basically, living our best life right now.
Yeah, you have parties, you have Daniel Savage in strip clubs throwing money, and in Canada, you can't even walk outside without a mask without someone staring at you. Oh, why is this guy wearing a mask? Man, this is crazy. So I've been really thinking about moving my entire operation to Pakistan and just live over there. Yeah, screw Canada, man. Came here for a better life and got stuck in a communist regime over here. Come to the US. Yeah, I'm also thinking about the US too, especially Texas. We'll see what happens. I can't believe we live in a day where Canadians envy the US. Yes. These are the only times where Canadians are like, oh, US is so much better. All right. 6 minutes left for this price to close. You got to visit Miami so I can treat you to those steaks. Yes, Daniel, don't worry. I have everyone's name written on a list who owe me a steak. So don't worry. Whenever I see you guys, I'm getting my steaks. Kerwin's name I crossed out because he got me steaks.
Yeah.
So he's
I have
good
some
for life.
Broccoli for you.
Oh, yeah.
Broccoli.
All right. Just want to see if we're going to tap 152 here or not. We got about a few minutes left here.
It's a dangerous situation, but we can get them.
Yeah, we can tap there. There's like a magnet at 152.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these yen pairs are taking a nosedive here.
And what's crazy right now with pound is if basically we stay below 152 250 next 4-hour candle in 4 minutes, it's gonna be a dip nose to the at least to 151 750. But we will need a 4-hour candle closing, the body of the candle closing below the 152 250. So basically, where the price is right now. You know, if we don't get to the 152 right now in the next 4 minutes, then it's gonna be really risky because you basically expecting the next 4-hour candle to do a small pullback to the upside before continuing down. But if we close strong closing on the 4-hour near to the 152 100, next 4 hours gonna drive price toward easily toward 151 900s. So yeah, I'm basically just risking a little bit from the profits from on the other position. You know.
If you're losing money as a trader, here's why. Emotion.
Oh.
Oh, oh.
All right. 9 pips left to 152. 152. Our targets went from 152 550 all the way down towards 152 even. Can't believe this was almost a 40 pip move over here. So if you're having problems in searching the Dominion Market server on your phone, it's not on yet. It's going to take about 24 hours for it to be applied over there. So that's why you can't search it on the phone. All right, all right. We got a minute left at this point now. 1 minute left. Are we going to tap 152 or is this just going to be a closing right over here? What do we do for country options if so people from North America and Canada, they cannot open accounts there, but you can choose a crypto option when choosing a country list, and that's also going to be up in about 24 to 48 hours. So a bit of a wait over there. You know, it's something new, so new things and good things take time. Oh, we got 1,500 likes here today. Beautiful. Nice, nice. Because look, man, we give some nice trade ideas here. Lower lows, lower highs. Honestly, I did not expect it to break 152 550, but if it did on the 15-minute time frame, we saw it breaking the low over here, and it's coming down now. 152 is right here. Now, this is the start of the new 4-hour candle at this point. Look at this. Starts the new 4-hour candle, starts the new 1-hour candle, 30-minute, 15-minute. So, awesome. If it hits 152, awesome. If it doesn't, we had a pretty good trade. You know, if people held these trades, amazing. The runners were amazing. Gold did a little bit of a bouncing around here, but I guess there's a lot to learn from the gold move here as we left, 1733, broke above 1734. So thank you for everyone who showed up today. Appreciate it. We will see you next week. Yes, next week.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Raja.
you, Raja.
Yeah,
Have
man.
a safe trip. Safe trip.
You're welcome, everybody.
Oh man, Brazil
Nice
wake up
trip.
too late.
Brazil, wake up too late.
All the best,
Congrats,
man.
Burner.
That's
Thank you,
fine.
thank you.
Appreciate it, Raja.
You've been quiet, bro.
Brazil.
Bye, guys. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, wow, look at this. Took a small risk when the candle made a high, executed when it broke the candle. Nice. Nice, nice. Good luck, everybody. I will be keeping an eye on the Slack chat as well, during my travels, but the live streams are probably going to continue from the 15th April, if everything goes well. 15th April. So let's stay positive. All right.
Okay.
Adios.
Adios, amigo.
Adios, amigos.